drives a car in New York.
Yeah, that explain all that traffic out there.
Why did you buy a car?
Because we're going to be checking out colleges every weekend. And in order to do that, you need a car. And we bought a beauty. We bought a car!
You bought a car?
We're partners. It's a vintage Volkswagen Bug. Four on the floor, tape deck, the works.
Does the color match your nail polish?
I bet it has a makeup mirror on the sun visor.
You're sharing this car, huh?
We've got it worked out perfectly just for the two of us.
You're certain of this?
Well, yes. Why?
Well, I just want to be certain you know what you're getting yourselves into.
I think he has a childhood memory that may apply.
It so happens that Eddie Stoner and I did buy a 49 Merc together when I was in high school, and it was terrific for 1 week.
1 week.
Yeah. It seemed that on the same night, we both had a big date. No, he had to have the car, I had to have the car. So words were exchanged and fists flew. He lost a tooth and I split a lip, and we both remained virgins.
Thanks for the warning, Mr. Moore, but we're not two farm boys from Weiser, Idaho. That's right. We've got this covered from every angle. We've researched prices, maintenance records, insurance rates, parking. Not only that, but the car we bought is special.
How so?
The engine is in the back.
Dr. Samuels, you wanted to see me?
Yes, I did. How are you?
Fine. And you?
I'm gonna be just fine. I'm gonna be just great. No problem. Please.
So, what did you want to talk to me about?
You're the only person on the faculty I feel with the human understanding to help me get through this. Last night, Mrs. Samuels and I had words. She had the last two. Get out.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure it's temporary. It'll blow right over. You know, I don't want to be late for class.
The woman and I have had the same argument for months.
Well, why don't you and I talk about this further at lunch?
You're a modern guy. Do you understand the feminist movement?
Yeah. It's about fulfillment, careers, independence. I mean, you have to be sensitive to that.
I am. I told her to get off her fanny and get a job.
I don't think that's what they have in mind.
Wait! You didn't ask me where I was staying. I hope this isn't inconvenient.
Now, come on in. Here, I'll get that for you. I got it.
So this is my new home?
For one night. Can I catch a glass of wine?
No, thank you. Alcohol's a depressant. I'm already there.
Well, that's something that happens in most marriages, you know. They're just minor setbacks.
What do you know? You've only been married once. This is my third. What is it about guys like us and women, Mr. Moore? Huh?
Guys like us?
We're losers. They chew us up and they spit us out. I read this. Hated it. So obvious the brother-in-law killed her, isn't it?
Well, it is now.
Listen, I don't want to be any trouble. I'll just sack out right here on this couch, huh?
Fine, I'm gonna behave myself.
Ah! Oh, boy. Back pain. Yeah. Oh, acts up in times of stress. But hey, don't worry about my back. It'll be all right here. Where are you going to sleep?
In my bed.
Ah, nice. So I get the couch and you get the bed.
Right.
How's your back?
Well, so much for Sarah Lawrence College. Can't believe we never even made it across the Triborough Bridge.
I never wanted to buy that car.
You did too, and you know it. It's not true. I wanted the red one. The red one was a $50,000 Ferrari. Well, at least it wouldn't throw up its transmission. Don't worry about it. It can be fixed. Good.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I'll need about $200.
What for?
The mechanic.
Mechanic? You said you could fix the car, remember?
I said I could fix it up, remember? New seat covers, my baby shoes hanging from the mirror, a cute little sign in the back that says no bozos.
Sarah, I don't have any more money to put in this car.
Oh, sure. Tell me about it.
What am I, Gloria Vanderbilt? What about you?
I have $1.60.
Great. That won't buy air for the tires.
Didn't see you girls drive up this morning. What happened? You stripped the gears already?
The car is fine. We just didn't feel like driving it to school.
Yeah, so people like you don't sit on it.
Sit on it? I wouldn't sit in it.
You couldn't sit in it.
You're just jealous because you don't have a car.
Not yet, but when we do get a set of wheels, we're not gonna buy an old piece of junk like two gullible little schoolgirls.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a matter of honor. We have to get it fixed.
Forget about fixing it. Let's just dump it.
We can't dump it until it's fixed.
Don't you think I know that? God, I hate owning a car.
Yeah, I know. All we do is argue.
Mr. Moore's right. This is destroying our friendship.
Well, I'd be a lot friendlier if it was at least running.
I've got it. Timeshares.
Timeshares.
We raise the money to fix it by selling timeshares in the car to everyone in the class.
Timeshares?
You know, it's like a vacation house in the Hamptons. You pay X amount of dollars, you get to use it X amount of days.
If we sell all our X's, we can't drive it.
We can't drive it now.
By that time, of course, he'd been exposed as a liar.
Mr. Moore, may I ask you a question about the assignment?
Sure.
Who is Nichard Rickson?
Late date last night, Mr. Moore?
With your new roommate?
Mr. Moore, I know the rest of the class joins me in wishing you and Dr. Samuels every happiness.
Okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Dr. Samuels is a man in trouble. He's a man in pain. He's a man who snores. I'm simply exercising a little compassion, which I'm sure any of you would do. And right now, I think we should respect his sense of privacy. I doubt that Dr. Samuels would appreciate our discussing his problems.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I won't take up a lot of your time. I just wanted to talk to my best and brightest kids. Mrs. Samuels and I may have had a parting of the ways. Now, I know this is not easy for you to hear, but these things happen to adults. The good news is I'm okay. I'm still your academic coach and your principal. So concentrate on your studies and please try not to worry too much about me.
I don't know, I'm pretty shook.
This is your personal life, Dr. Samuels. Why are you sharing it with us?
Because you are special, because you're all compassionate and you care.
So what happened? You caught her in a sack with another principal or what?
I want him retested. He doesn't belong here.
Thank you, sir.
Charlie. I ordered a bed delivered.
Bed?
Well, it's just a small cot. Pay the man at COD. And don't worry about dinner tonight, okay? I got it covered. Like Spanish rice?
Harold, you seen this morning's time?
Good morning, Charlie.
Harold.
What a great night. I feel like a new person. Who would have ever known I could get by on just an hour's sleep.
Not me.
You know what's weird? I almost got her out of my mind.
Not me. You know, I can't stop thinking about her. Like now. I mean, I see her waking up alone, teary-eyed. I mean, she misses you, Harold. Your sound, your smell, your body.
Do you really think so? No, it's over. I heard it in her voice. I saw it in her eyes. Believe me, we are finished.
Don't say that.
Charlie, you're just going to have to face it. The marriage is over.
Please don't say that.
I think it's time for me to start playing the field again, huh?
Harold, playing the field is not what it used to be.
Oh, don't give me that. I see you come to school in the morning with that glow. I want that glow. How you doing? Oh, it's a new diet. Worked for Rocky. I'm coming back, Charlie. All the way back.
So for only $30, you become part owner of the automobile, and the automobile is at your disposal for one full day a week.
Is Monday available?
Monday, Jawar Halal. Done. Who's next?
Well, oh, come on, you got to Jawar Halal because, well, he's vulnerable. He's new, he's from India, he's dazzled by American materialism. In my world, the world of pure intellect, who needs a car?
Arvid, picture this. It's Saturday night. By some miracle, you've got a date with Lori. Now, without a car, you're standing in a crowded subway, face to face with Bernard Getz. With a car, you're 50 miles up the Hudson River. You're parked. You and she are all alone, and you're out of gas.
I'm in. Saturday night?
You got it, Arvid.
Nice fold, Arvid.
Stuff it, Alan. Simone?
Oh, what could I possibly want with a car? All my free time is taken up with charity work.
That's right. Always thinking about yourself. You know those senior citizens you take to Central Park every Tuesday? Did you ever think about them? You think they might like to take a trip up to the Adirondacks? Or see the leaves change colors in the Poconos? Or maybe go up to Connecticut and feel the snow on their weather-beaten faces just once before.
Getting so selfish. I'll take a share.
Great. Janice.
A car? My mother won't even let me have a training bra.
So you'll grow into it. Forget it.
What's the matter with you people? Can't you see? If they're trying to raise money, there must be something wrong with the car. Well, is there something?
You're right, Alan.
Sarah.
There is something wrong with it. It's not perfect, and that's why it's in the shop.
Sarah.
No, I want to tell the truth. The car is a classic, and we're raising the money to restore it to its original condition. And then we can sell it for 2 or 3 times what it's worth at the moment.
2 or 3 times? $30?
You in?
All right.
Sold. 5 shares, we're getting close.
All right. Okay, today, Martha Mitchell as a visionary. After you fellows take your seats.
Excuse me, Charlie. Dr. Samuels wants you to add fabric softener to the shopping list.
Can he buy his own damn fabric softener? Sorry. Sorry. Okay. The Attorney General John Mitchell. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry.
B-O-U-N-C-E.
Bounce. Sorry. Smell it. good news.
Extra large, medium charge. Dinner's on me tonight, pal. Extra anchovies.
Your wife called. She's coming over.
She is?
Yeah. I think she wants you back.
Sure she does. Now that I'm on the rebound and available.
You're not available! Look, Harold. Sorry, but deep down in my heart, I know how much you want to get back together with her.
What, and give up what we have here?
What do we have here? We have 2 adult males, one of whom hates anchovies.
Well, there's no problem. They're removable.
Harold, that's not the problem. Look, I don't know how to tell you this, but the magic is gone.
You're starting to sound like Lois.
See? You can't stop thinking about her. Now, you miss her, right?
Sure I miss her. But I would rather spend the next 10 years living in this apartment with you than admit it to her. Is that?
Probably.
I'm not ready.
Just a minute.
How do I look,
You
huh?
look fine, Harold.
I need a
Come
shower.
on, open the door. Act your age, okay?
Lois, if you're here to beg me to come back, let me just say, I'm fine here. I'm happy. I'm picking up the pieces.
Really? Well, here are a few pieces you forgot to pick up. Come and get the rest of your stuff by Saturday, or I'm sending it to the Goodwill.
Goodwill? You wouldn't know the meaning of the word. You think I'm miserable here? I'm not. I'm happy. Charlie, tell her.
He's miserable.
I get respect here, friendship. Charlie and I are doing some serious male bonding.
It's not that serious.
Yes, it is.
I'll let the two of you work that out by yourselves. I'm leaving.
Now, hold it. Nobody leaves here without her husband. Okay, so we have no financial problems. We're still both attracted to one another physically. Let's talk about common interests. Any?
Folk dancing.
Travel.
Meet by mail.
You have pen pals all over the country.
He belongs to the Steak of the Month Club.
Well, nevertheless, I see a terrific marriage here. What is the problem?
The problem is him. Oh, I'm leaving.
Say, Lois, don't go.
Oh, let her go.
Say it!
Lois, don't go!
Lois, is the fact that Harold wants you to get a job, does that have anything to do with this?
That has everything to do with this. Look, I've had a job for the last 18 years, raising our kids.
Harold?
They're in college. They're gone. Moved on to greener pastures. She's still grazing.
I want to graze. I need a rest.
She has a brilliant mind. It's going to atrophy.
Oh, look, I'll get a job. I just need some time to figure out what it is I want to do. Raising kids takes a lot out of a person.
She has a good point, Harold.
Of course, she has a good point. She has a brilliant mind.
Well, you keep saying that to me.
Well, I mean it. That's what I love about her. I have a PhD in attendance, not communication. It's what I love about you, honey. Your mind, your intellect. I really missed you, you know?
Well, it sure is nice to hear you say that. Goobs. Okay. I guess we're communicating now, huh?
Isn't it great? Don't let me interrupt. I'm going to slip out. I'll go to a movie or something.
No. We'll go. We'll work the rest of this out at home, okay? Come on, Harold, let's go.
What about my stuff, my clothes?
I'll pack it up. I'll bring it to school.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Okay,
Mr.
nice meeting you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow, Doctor. What happened?
Everything's okay. I just wanted to say something.
Oh, sure.
This past week, you and I have been very close. As close as only two lonely men can be. Well, You know more about me personally than any person on the faculty, and I don't want you to take advantage of that. You understand?
Dr. Samuels.
No. That's not what I wanted to say. I know why the kids like you. You make it easy to say things that are hard. You're there for people, and I appreciate that.
Well, I'm just glad that when this one-time-only situation came up, I was able to bend my really rigid rules and help you out, just this once.
Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome.
Oh, one other thing.
What?
Do you mind if I take that pizza home with me?
Oh, be my guest. A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech. Ciao. Bye-bye.
All right, let me get this straight. You're selling us a $300 car, and you're just gonna give us a $210 rebate?
Yeah.
What about the other 90 bucks?
You owe us 90 bucks.
Why the sweet deal?
We just decided we really don't want to own a car.
Yeah, Eric. You know how girls are.
I don't trust them. Watch this.
Girls, tell you what I'm gonna do. You give us the rebate up front,
Minus the $90.
and then we'll buy the car.
Deal.
Here's the money.
All right.
Here's the title, the registration, the car keys, your timeshare partner schedule, and the bill from Sotnick's Garage.
What bill?
Transmission. $210. See ya.
Yeah. Oh, what timeshare?
So it is difficult to imagine the shock felt by the British public when King Edward VIII announced his abdication to marry the love of his life, Wallis Simpson.
I've always thought that was the most romantic event in history. A king giving up his throne for a woman.
I wouldn't give a woman my seat on the subway.
Of course you wouldn't. Where would you sleep at night?
Actually, marrying for love is relatively trendy. Until this century, marriage was primarily an economic institution. Parents arranged marriages. Often there was a dowry.
And even in India, the bride might come with a water buffalo, a chicken, and a couple of jackasses.
He just described my sister-in-law's family.
Mr. Moore, are you trying to say that our socio-economic system evolved from the fact that our forefathers didn't believe in foreplay with our foremothers?
I'm saying that their concept of romantic love might have been a little different from ours.
You know, that's right. I asked my grandma if she loved Grandpa, and she said there wasn't a word in her language for love. But there were 9 words for headache.
Thank you, Arvid.
I'd rather die than not have love in my life. As far as I'm concerned, it's the only reason to marry.
Not in India, Simone. Before I came here, a marriage was arranged for me.
Well, it does solve one problem. You might meet somebody nice, with no fuss, no muss, and, well, let's face it, no rejection.
And at least you don't have to go through the hassle of trying to meet new people. Interesting people, right? People we can relate to. Who has time? Who knows where and who knows which people to meet?
Well, but now I'm stuck.
Look, I know that you're not the world's most social group, but you're not living in a vacuum. There are other people out there, and I'm sure that some of them would like to meet people like you.
Well, tell me about it. One of them came to my door a few weeks ago. She needed a nerd for a scavenger hunt.
Mr. Moore, we have agendas. We can't afford to spend our time trying to meet new people. Although I did get lucky once with Martha Cabot.
You call that lucky?
Now, speaking of Martha Cabot, what about all the people that you meet at your academic competitions? I mean, the science fairs, debates you're in.
Well, we just compete. And then we get on the bus, or they get on the bus, and it's over.
Right. By the time our palms stop sweating, they're gone.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe their palms are sweating too? I mean, this is a marriage made in heaven. Put your sweaty little palms together. Make contact. Look, you have minds. Use them. You have a computer. Use it.
Hang on. You're suggesting a computerized dating service for us?
I love it. Data doofus.
Not a dating service. Merely a means of getting acquainted with other students like yourselves from different high schools. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. Of course, I don't have to be sympathetic to your problem if you're not doing anything to solve it.
Well, he's trying to do something. Yo, guys. I see it. This is doable.
Well, come on, find something. Could we do it on your own time, please?
So you're the new teachers union rep, huh? Let me tell you the way we do things around here, Mr. Moore. The teachers complain to their chapter leader. Too much this, not enough that. Espresso?
No, thank you.
Cappuccino? No. Cafe au lait?
No, merci.
Anyway, the chapter leader comes and tells me, too much this, not enough that. I say, you're absolutely right. I'll look into it.
Great. Now, what we need now is a new coffee maker for the teacher's lounge.
I'll look into it.
No. I'm just asking you to okay a requisition for a new coffee maker.
What's wrong with the old one?
There is no old one. It's dead.
Okay, you got it.
Thank you. So how long does that take?
Usually takes 6 to 8 weeks.
To get a new coffee maker?
No. Before they start processing the request.
What about this one? I mean, you got it in a week.
Unfortunately, this was procured with an administrative request, as opposed to yours, which was a faculty request.
How long does a faculty request take?
Don't hold your breath.
Well, that's outrageous.
You're absolutely right. I'll look into it.
Okay, Arvid, we got your likes and dislikes down. Now, in 10 words or less, who are you?
Well, I'm lonely, but outgoing. Shy, yet assertive. Needy, and giving. Unusual looking.
Good.
Though some say I'm handsome.
Arvid, this isn't gonna fly. Let's go with, classy Manhattan intellectual.
Yeah.
Eclectic interests. Discreet, maybe sensual. A little witty. And,
desperate.
Yeah. Girls! Free computer time. Who wants to be the first one to line up for my computer?
No thanks, not interested, Dennis. Whatever life holds in store for me is not on your floppy disk.
Suit yourself. Darlene?
Forget it, Dennis. I don't believe in advertising for love.
I do. Here.
Sarah?
May as well cover all bases.
Okay. Oh, Jawaharlal, I realize you're on the Indian layaway plan. But, are you interested?
Why not? Besides, how can you cheat on a 5-year-old?
Simone.
No, thanks, Dennis. I'm really not good at blind dates.
Come on, Simone. This program is the cutting edge of male-female compatibility. I can guarantee you I'll find you a soulmate.
Hey, if you don't mind, she's already met her soulmate. It's just a question of when it sinks in, right?
Okay, Dennis, what do you need to know?
Need to start with your favorite things. That would be raindrops on roses or whiskers on kittens.
I don't believe this. You won't go out on a date with me, but you're gonna go out with some guy from Bronx Science who eats bananas with his mouth open?
All I'm doing is answering a few questions. What's the big deal?
Okay, that's enough of the all-new dating game. Let's get back to the good old game of dates. I like to call it history.
Okay, Dennis, you've had enough time. Give me a name.
Come on, Arvid. You can't rush this kind of thing. Romances aren't made overnight.
Dennis, a guy from Brooklyn Tech called me. He sounds nice. I may even try going out with him. Thanks.
Well, how come she found someone so quickly?
I'm more selective with you, Arvid. I mean, come on. There's not that many girls out there who like Mr. Rogers.
Dennis, I apologize. I was certain this computer thing was just another one of your fiascos. But Muffy Van Pendleton wants to meet me.
Him too. How come everybody's getting fixed up except for me?
Hey, come on, Arvid. I got you a date, remember? Right here. 5'9", blonde, math freak, astronomy buff, chess player, but no, wasn't good enough for you.
It was a guy!
It doesn't mean he was a bad person.
Oh.
Arvid, oh, Simone. I have found you the perfect match. Look at this. Loves Yates, Mahler, Genet, huh? Not only that, you also both love mung beans and hate biker movies. Could it be more perfect?
Dennis, I changed my mind. I don't think I want to go through with this. I just can't get used to the idea of going out with a stranger.
Simone, deep down, we're all strangers, n'est-ce pas?
I'd like to keep it that way.
Simone, I'm gonna have to ask you to reconsider that.
No, Dennis, that's my final decision.
Well, let me put it this way.
Excuse me, but judging by your description, you must be Dennis Blunden.
That's right.
The name's Oswald Bletch. I'm here to meet Simone Foster.
You what?
Is this timing perfect? This lovely creature right here happens to be Simone.
Simone, hubba, hubba.
Well, now that you two have met, I suggest you get better acquainted. I have to go now.
Dennis!
I have to go. Hi, Eric.
I'm sure you two will be very happy together.
Hey, listen, my mom is waiting in the car, so I'll just run down the vital stats for you. 4.0 average at Bronx Science, astronomy club, debate, poetry club, starter on the ping pong team. 2 years Arthur Murray, ballroom and disco. Princeton, Yale, and Harvard all want me. How about you?
It was nice meeting you. I hope we meet again someday.
So, how's tonight?
I don't think so.
Hey, Simone, look at this. 2 tickets to the Kabuki Theater.
I don't know.
Simone, these people came all the way from Japan.
I'm having dinner with my family.
Great! I'd love to meet them. I'll sell the Kabuki tickets. Family is important. They should get to know me.
They're very shy. You'd be uncomfortable.
Not to worry, they'll love me.
It's a bad time. We're having family problems.
Lean on me.
We're Dutch. We don't lean.
Okay, Saturday night.
I can't. I'm having surgery.
On Saturday night?
Well, early, but not that early.
Simone, look at me. You're not comfortable with lying, are you?
No.
No. So why lie? You're not doing anything Saturday night, and you're not doing anything tonight.
No, not really.
Great, I'll pick you up at 7. Simone, one of my greatest qualities is that I'm tenacious. Did you see the movie Alien?
Yes.
Remember the creature that stuck to the guy's face and wouldn't get off? Like this?
Yes?
That's me. Right there. All the time. In your face.
I thought I knew you from somewhere.
So I'll see you tonight.
Oswald! Oh.
Morning.
Hi, guys. Hey, I made contact with Muffy last night. She sounds like a real snob. I think we're gonna hit it off.
So, how's things with Oswald Belch?
That's Fletch, and don't ask.
Oh, you didn't actually go out with the Poindexter, did you?
I don't want to talk about it.
Simone, you went out with him?
I didn't mean to.
Oh, what do you mean you didn't mean to? How do you accidentally go out on a date?
I can't describe him. He showed up at my house with these kabuki tickets, and he wouldn't leave. I tried to get rid of him. My parents liked him, and next thing you know, we were at the kabuki. He spent half the night under his chair looking for nasal spray. Afterwards, he dragged me to a coffee shop for a veggie burger, and the next thing you knew, we were at the all-night Lena Wertmiller Film Festival.
Yeah, and that's when you realized that the two of you were perfectly matched, am I right?
Wrong. I hated every minute of it. I couldn't wait to get rid of him.
So, how'd you do it?
I didn't. I agreed to go out with him again tonight. What? It's the only way he'd leave.
I don't believe this. All this time you've been turning me down, now 2 nights in a row you're gonna go out with the lead singer of the Chipmunks?
Eric, I can say no to you. I like you.
Is that supposed to make some kind of sense?
You're strong. You're confident. You can take rejection. But this Oswald, he's a manipulative, devious, annoying creep. He's so pathetic, I feel sorry for him. I guess I just want to let him down easy.
Simone, this is sick. Guys like him you don't let down, you push off.
Look, there are some people who are a little more sensitive about other people's feelings than you are.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what about her feelings?
Oh, what about my feelings, huh?
Excuse me, I guess I should have anticipated this. Just naive, I guess. My suggestion to have you meet other IHP kids via computer seems to have degenerated into Blundin's dating service. And it's not working. Am I right so far?
Oh, no, Mr. Moore, it's working out great. Simone won't go out on a date with me, but she's gonna date some guy she hates.
I am not dating him.
You're going out with him tonight?
No, I'm not.
You just said you were.
I know, but I've got it all planned. I'm gonna hide at Maria's tonight.
You are?
Okay?
Fine.
That's not gonna work.
Sure it'll work. That is a very, very bright idea, Simone.
Excuse me again. Simone, what's the matter with telling this guy that you're not interested?
Simone, you're going about this the coward's way.
I know what I'm doing. As long as I avoid Oswald, I'll be okay.
Hello, you goddess of love. Hi, girls.
Oswald, what are you doing here?
I just couldn't wait till this evening to see you. Besides, this way we can make the African insect exhibit before it closes at 5.
We've got a lot of homework.
Homework, Oswald.
Homework? Homework's no problem. I'll help you do it over root beer and cheese doodles.
Well, what's the worst that could happen? Their kids could have his voice and his looks.
Dr. Sim.
If this is about the teacher's lounge, believe me, I have a lot more important things on my mind at the moment.
I'm sure you do, sir, and I know your faculty does too. So we can just drop those as conversational topics. Let's talk about a simple yet symbolic gesture that only you could make. Just slicing right through that bureaucratic red tape to get us that coffee maker for the teacher's lounge. Your way of saying to your faculty members, hey, I care.
Hey, I don't care.
Mr. Moore? If a girl told you she loved you on Thursday, but that she fell out of love with you on Friday, would you believe her?
Is this about you and Oswald?
Yeah, I can't stand him, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to give someone an honest no for an answer. Believe me, I have received my fair share of fake phone numbers in my time.
I've given him every signal girls give guys to let him know I'm not interested, but he just doesn't get it.
Well, I understand that. I mean, one thing I've learned from my gifted students is they don't always get the message.
I I get it. No more Miss Nice Guy. I've got to be brutally frank and just tell him I don't want to see him anymore. And I'm going to do it tonight.
Good.
At dinner.
Good.
After the ballet.
Okay, Alan. I'll agree with you. Aaron Burr had a right to be annoyed with Alexander Hamilton. Not enough to waste him in a duel.
Excuse me.
Don't you have a school of your own to go to?
Well, I'm working on a transfer here to Fillmore, and I'm here to drop off my grades.
Oh, no!
Yeah. It'll be great being in class with you guys. And let me tell you something, you could use the competition.
We could use some bug spray.
And I brought a little something for my heartmate. It's a picture of me for your locker.
Oswald, there's something I need to tell you.
Simone, don't you and Oswald want to step out in the hall?
Oswald, it's over.
What's over?
I fell in love with you.
Of course you did.
But then I fell out of love with you. I want you to know I'll never forget you. Goodbye.
You won't forget me. I'll be sitting right next to you in class.
I haven't been fair to you. See, the truth is, and I don't want this to sound harsh, but I don't like you. I never liked you. I seem to have a problem saying no. It's the only reason I went out with you. When I told you I loved you once, it was a lie just to get rid of you. Now, I want this to be perfectly clear. It's not because of another guy or anything else. I just don't like you.
Maybe we should seek counseling.
Oswald, didn't you hear what I said? It's over.
You realize, of course, this could affect my decision to attend school here.
Oswald, it's a tough break, but I sense you're a real fighter deep down. I know you'll probably find someone else.
I'll get over it.
Sure.
I have superior recuperative powers.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I'll tell you something else. This computer dating is a crock anyway. Dennis, I want my $10 back.
Look, Ozzy, I got you the date. I don't guarantee results.
I want it back.
In your dreams.
Did you see the movie Alien? Remember the creature that stuck to the guy's face and wouldn't get off? Like this? That's me. Right there. All the time. Simone, I'm out of your face. And I'm into his.
Wow, what a nerd.
Dennis, you sold me to him for $10?
Personally, Simone, I thought you were worth a lot more. But the market's a little soft right now.
Dennis, that is not the point, and you know it. Now, my suggestion was simply an attempt to expand everybody's social horizons, not to establish a profit-making enterprise. And I'm sorry that it turned out this way.
No, wait a second, Mr. Moore. Wasn't all bad.
Yeah, some of us met some pretty nice people.
Mm-hmm. And just think, Muffy Van Pendleton paid money to meet me. I'm thrilled.
Sorry, Alan. Muffy stopped payment on her check.
I tell you, this machine makes a great cup of coffee every time.
No, thanks. Time to talk about the teachers' union. I have here a list of items we'll be discussing at our next meeting. I thought I'd give you the chance to preview the agenda. Class sizes. Teacher schedules. New coffee maker. Unnecessary faculty meetings. New coffee maker. Administrator rating system. But We're going to start rating the administrators, including you.
You gotta be kidding.
No. Where was he? Docking of paychecks. New coffee maker. Lunch hour duty.
All right. You win. Take it.
Thank you very much. Incidentally, if you could order about a dozen more of these little cups. Today, we begin our discussion of those fabulous 50s.
Fabulous? I heard it was the most boring decade in history.
Well, that's why we're going to talk about it, Dennis. Was it boring if you were involved in the beginning of the struggle for civil rights? If you were part of the Korean peace talks? Was it boring if you lost your job because of Senator McCarthy's witch hunt?
Was it boring when Pat Boone sang Tutti Frutti?
Yes. I'll give you that.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore.
Yes, do come in.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment to congratulate you on completing your training program and to give you your certificates. You are now officially peer counselors. Now remember, a peer counselor is not a psychologist. You talk with the other kids about the things that are bothering them, and either you try to help them work things out, or you refer them to someone who can. Now, of course, if somebody is in physical jeopardy or could cause harm to another or really has a serious problem, I want you please to come to either Mr. Moore or to me. Otherwise, anything that you hear is strictly confidential.
May I add a small note?
Oh, please.
I think it's a great idea. But I just want to say I don't think you should go out there expecting to save everyone. I mean, it's not that easy. There are serious problems, and simply because you've had a couple of weekends of training doesn't mean you're equipped to handle those kinds of problems.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for this. Oh, I think I'm having an anxiety attack.
Arvid, take some deep breaths. Remember, Arvid, that we all have the same fears and apprehensions. Arvid, these people are our own age. They're not judging us. They just want somebody to listen to them.
I think you're right, Sarah. Hey, thanks a lot. I feel a little better.
Sarah, you're good. Well, I guess I have the gift.
Okay, I've got looks, I've got a body, but there's got to be more, you know?
Really? Yeah, more.
Sometimes I just refuse to go out. I spend the whole weekend lying around in my nightie, reading and eating popsicles. Can you imagine? I feel so inadequate.
I know.
I think it's because of my parents.
I know.
They're so critical.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with me?
Nothing. It's your parents.
Hi, TJ. My name is...
Who gives a flying fat burger? What's your name? Miss Bernadette Do-Gooder sent me here to take a rap for a bad attitude. I did the crime, so I'm doing my time. For rich girls like you who play the I'm white game, give me a major pain and my black is beautiful butt.
Hey, lighten up. I don't play that game.
Oh, yeah, Miss Wannabe? That's why you're sitting here trying to get an A on your assignment to out Mother Teresa.
Look, TJ, I think we got off on the wrong foot here.
You did. I didn't. I know what we're here for. I'm what is called extra credit. I'm a rung on your ladder to graduation, college, and house in the burbs. So get real, Camille. You kids get special classes, special books, special trips. You walk around this school like Samuel's pet poodles.
Okay, we get some privileges, but I'm not gonna feel guilty about that because I work hard. I've had some rough times too, okay? So what? You take the lemons and you throw them at people. Me, I take the lemons and I try to make lemonade.
Nice. I saw it on Peanuts.
TJ. I'm sorry. Look, why don't we call it a tie and start over, okay?
You ain't getting it, Gidget. I ain't no one's special project, free ride, or lost dog. I'm me, see? That's what TJ's about. Session over and out.
I'm here if you need me.
I know you'll like this collection. It's new literature, the 50s.
Excuse me. See you at 4, Eric.
Yeah, see it. All the poets, you know, Ginsberg, Ferlinghetti, Corso.
4:20.
And I'll be there. Playwrights like John Osborne and Leroy Jones. Plus.
Hi, Eric. 4:40, don't forget.
And I won't, Jerry Southern. What's happening, Eric?
Ah, it's peer counseling, Mr. Moore. Yeah, I never realized there are so many needy girls out there.
Eric, are you sure you still want to go out with me Saturday night? Maybe you'll be too busy helping the needy.
Simone, I'm like a doctor. I'm doing very important work here.
Someone should phone the Nobel Prize Committee.
I feel foolish taking up your time with my complaining.
Oh, complain. Complain.
It's just that I'm so lonely, you know?
Yeah. No. You?
I go out with football players, basketball players, guys of every athletic inclination, but I still feel so alone. No one understands me. But you, Arvid. Funny, isn't it?
Hilarious.
My mom says I'm a slob. She says my room looks like a garbage dump. I tried to convince her it was performance art, but she wouldn't go for it.
Well, Jeff, you are a slob. But you've come to the right person. I myself will sometimes go 4 to 5 weeks between room overhauls.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Well, it's easy. You got to be able to sense out the situation. You got to be able to find that moment when your parents are just about ready to kick you out of the house.
And then you clean up?
No. Then you buy your mother a gift. Now, it doesn't matter what the gift is, just as long as you be sure to include a note that says, "I love you, Mom." You do that, and I guarantee you an extra 2 weeks of underwear hanging on your lamp.
Dude, you're my hero.
Well, we got a lot of time left. Hungry?
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Hi, TJ. Glad to see you. Welcome, TJ. I'm here to help.
Hey, TJ, what it is? Same song, second verse. Miss Mira's got this thing about my attitude. Wants me to turn into Miss Peppy Pants like you.
You know, TJ, I bet we got a lot more in common than you think.
Like what? Besides, we're both breathing.
Well, I like movies.
Too long. I watch TV.
I love a nice, juicy hamburger.
Hot dogs better.
A summer day.
Too hot. Spring.
Magic Johnson.
Michael Jordan.
Alice Walker.
Langston Hughes.
Janet Jackson.
LaToya.
Wait a minute, I heard something. Huh? I heard you say Langston Hughes. He's a poet. You read poetry.
So what? Just because I'm in the bonehead class doesn't mean I don't read or write.
You write poetry, too?
I didn't say that.
You didn't deny it. Come on, TJ, read me something of yours.
You don't read it, baby. You rap it.
So rap it.
You really want to hear this?
Yeah.
Okay. Girl in the street, no cold and no heat. A crazy outlook, a torn up book, but she can't compete. Girl on fire with her desire. See stars there and bars there. She'll go much higher. That's enough.
TJ, what are you stopping for?
What are you pretending you're interested for?
I am interested. You have something to say.
No one cares what I have to say.
How do you know that?
Because of where they put me. In the sit down and shut up class.
Remedial?
It's cool. They don't bother me, and I don't bother them.
Are you sure you like it that way? Well, do you?
I gotta go.
Sarah, I can't show you TJ's file. That would be a definite invasion of privacy, which would be a violation of District Code number 427.
I just have a feeling that there's more to TJ than an encyclopedia of insults.
Well, of course there is. I mean, she was an honor student all the way through the 6th grade. She made straight A's, and then all of a sudden, her grades just started dropping. And now it looks like all she's passing is homeroom and phys ed.
What happened?
Sarah, that's confidential. I cannot tell you.
Wait a minute. That's it? A former honor student has practically dropped out of school and nobody cares?
We care, Sarah. But sometimes a student gets lost in the system because not enough time or teachers or resources. That's why what your class is doing is so important. I mean, maybe, just maybe, you can really help this girl. Yes.
Mr. Moore, I need your help. Or TJ does. You see, she's stuck in a class where she doesn't belong. In a life where she doesn't belong. I found out that she used to get straight A's. Then, suddenly she's in remedial. I want her to know that there's a way to get back. You know, I think that she should be around people who like to read and learn and discuss things. You know, people who have ideals, people who have dreams.
Like the IHP.
That's it. She needs to sit in on our class. That'll help her. That'll really inspire her. That'll turn her whole life around. Mr. Moore, if anybody can do it, you can. What a great idea.
You what?
I invited TJ to sit in on our class. Well, I think she's a really smart and sensitive girl who's just gotten some bad breaks. And I think she could get a lot out of seeing what a really good class is like.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Moore, do you condone this?
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Okay, but you all have to promise to be nice to her.
We'll be very understanding, Sarah. I'm sure we all know what it's like to feel out of place. We'll make her feel welcome, loved, and nurtured.
Don't make her feel nauseous. Just be nice to her. Here she comes.
Hey, I'm TJ.
Hi, TJ.
What is this? An AA meeting?
Well, hi, TJ. Welcome to class. I'm glad you could come. Why don't you find a seat?
Sit over here.
TJ, is it true that the rats in the projects are as big as dogs?
Janice.
Yeah, we call ours Spot.
Spot.
Well, it's very nice you can visit, TJ. Sarah has said so many nice things about you.
That's a nice coat you're wearing, TJ.
Stop it with the nice crap. I must be the first nasty person who's ever sat in here.
Hey, what am I, John Denver?
You ain't that hip.
TJ, you've got a wonderful mean streak that I find awfully attractive.
Like I care what a boob with bangs thinks.
Should take a seat, Dennis. No, I wouldn't push it. Well, it's probably time for me to start teaching. Eisenhower. You know, many people said that he was slightly more somnolent than Calvin Coolidge.
You know, Mr. Moore, there's this really delightful anecdote I heard somewhere when Dorothy Parker heard, she was a famous writer. When Dorothy Parker heard that Coolidge had died, she said, "Oh, really? How can they tell?"
What's so funny?
Well, Coolidge was so quiet, so boring.
I get the joke, but I don't think it's funny. It's stupid.
Where do you get the right to call Dorothy Parker stupid?
I ain't calling Dorothy Parker stupid. I'm calling you stupid.
Mr. Moore, could we please get through 2 minutes of this class without her butting in?
Yeah.
Excuse me, when did butting in become this radical concept for this class? I mean, as long as we are slowed down for a moment, perhaps we could reflect on the words patronizing and rude.
So you want me to shut up, right?
No, I'm talking about them, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're real smart here in the smart class. But let me tell you something. When somebody comes into the dummy class, we don't put them down for not being dumb enough. I gotta go.
Okay, back to Eisenhower. And tomorrow, we'll take a whimsical look at Lyndon Johnson, the playful and very public president who preferred to hold his press conferences in the bathroom. Okay? Don't forget those essays. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye, Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore, I'm sorry. I mean about TJ. I'm sorry I pushed her off on you.
I think having her in class made for a couple of interesting moments. I mean, TJ is very smart. She's fearless, and she's honest. I mean, these are all things that it takes to make a great scholar. I'm not sure she wants to be one, but...
Yeah, well, doesn't matter now. It's like you said, some people you just can't help.
No, I never said that. I said, don't expect to save everyone. See, saving's kind of one way, but helping people's a two-way street. And making some real progress with her.
Mr. Moore, how can you say that after she ripped the class to shreds?
She came to class, didn't she?
Well, yeah.
Well, I think it'd be a shame to turn around and walk away now.
Mr. Moore, the way she acts, it just makes me furious.
Well, I'm sure some of the things you and the others do make her pretty angry, too.
Well, like what?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure she'd be glad to tell you. Look, it seems to me maybe you've reached somebody here that nobody has paid attention to for maybe years. So I think you should keep doing it.
Oh, TJ, I've been looking for you.
Yeah? Well, thanks for nothing, man. That action in your class today was a total disaster. You really know how to make a person feel like sludge.
Wait a minute. TJ, I thought it would be nice for you. You know, you were welcome to stay for the whole class.
Well, isn't that a dream come true? Sit in a nice clean desk with no dirty words carved in it. Everyone dressed like it was Easter Sunday. And a teacher who treats you better than your own mama. And an hour later, I get sent back to the real world. And that's the last I see of Disneyland.
But that's not the way I meant it to be. You know, you could be in a better class. You could be in IHP.
Yeah, and Dr. Samuels could be Mr. Universe.
Now, you may have the personality of a pit bull, but one thing you are is intelligent. And I thought I could help you do something with that. Well, I'm sorry if I went about it all wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if I made you feel like a mush-brained dweeb in front of your whole class.
Wait a minute. All right. Apology accepted. Friends?
I mean, what do you think she meant, Mr. Moore?
I think she wants you to ask her out.
Oh, I was afraid of that. I can't. I mean, we have a client-therapist relationship here that can't be violated by the intrusion of my obvious animal magnetism. And then, of course, there's the moral issue, the psychological implications, and furthermore, oh, God, Mr. Moore, I have to have the girl. Please tell me it's okay.
Don't ask me to do that. Now, you yourself just said it would be unfair to ask her out based on information you got in a session.
She started it. All right, Miss.
Morning. Hi. Kate, as soon as you're ready, we're going to dive headlong into 1963 when Lyndon Johnson... Excuse me. Hello? 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 I have a history class over here.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Moore. Peer counseling.
Uh-oh. Call security.
I thought I'd give you a second chance. So what you doing? Copying garbage off the board or garbage out of a book?
Actually, we're discussing the Johnson administration.
Oh, garbage out of Washington.
You know, actually, it was during the Johnson administration that a book was first published, The Fire Next Time. This book examined racism in a completely new way. And the author of the book, who had a great deal in common with another social commentator at the time, Tom Wolfe.
Bull.
I'm sorry?
I said bull. You want me to go to Dr. Samuel's office or straight home?
No, I want you to tell me why you think it's bull.
I just got kicked out of a class for saying bull.
You can say bull in here, but you have to be able to back it up.
Okay. It's like this. See, the dude you're talking about is James Baldwin, man. Except he ain't nothing like Tom Wolfe. Baldwin grew up poor in Harlem with 9 brothers and sisters and a stepdaddy who couldn't stand his guts. He made it on his own, worked loading boxcars. His mama was a maid, didn't have time to tell him to do his homework and don't be late for school, and someday you can be a writer. I just know you can. Shoot, if there's food on the table and everybody's sitting around it in one piece, you're doing all right. That's how it is, you know what I'm saying?
I do, TJ. I was pushing you, wasn't I?
You were giving me a Park Avenue answer to a 129th Street problem.
I'm sorry.
Forget it. You're all right. And for a teacher, you're all right, too. This is the first time I ever got to say more than 3 words in class.
Well, that's a damn shame. You got some good ideas.
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to dig this class. In here, you sit next to a computer. In my class, I sit next to a guy with a tattoo that says "Born to Drool." These are my kind of people. Even the slob and the snob. Sign me up.
Well, it's a good idea, TJ, but it's not that easy. You got a lot to do before you can get into this class. You got to bring your grade level up.
Who says I can even do it?
I do.
Yeah? That's pretty fresh.
Well, you know, I bet there's some other people who'd be willing to help you.
We help TJ.
Yeah.
Why? Do you get some kind of extra credit for it?
No. Although it's not a bad idea.
Look, you do your part. They'll do theirs. I'll talk to Miss Mira and Dr. Samuels about your situation, okay?
You got a deal. Well, better get going.
What's your hurry? You can stick around till class is over, if it's okay with everybody else.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And, TJ, I just gotta ask you this. Who does your hair?
Okay, back to Lyndon Johnson.
Mr. Moore, I just want you to know that my counseling session went great today and everything worked out.
I'm glad to hear it, Arvid. I guess you let her down easily, huh?
Yeah. You know, but I do think I had some influence on her. Yeah, I'm warm, Mom. I'm wearing my sweater. The nice orange one.
Arvid, great news. We're rich.
Not this time, Dennis.
Arvid.
Goodbye, Mom.
It's a science essay competition. We can split a $1,000 scholarship. Come on, I need your help.
No.
No?
No.
Arvin, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me is I'm still bleeding from the last science competition I helped you with. I did all the work and you took all the credit.
Don't you think I've lost a lot of sleep over that? That's why I want your help. This is my chance to make it up to you. Come on, Arvin, I want to do my essay on that Jean-Pierre Roche-Baboub guy.
Babois.
Right. The French physicist. You know his work on subatomic structure?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to do?
All of his work is in French. You took French, right, while I was sleeping through Spanish?
Yeah, well, Dennis, the only French I remember is soup du jour. If you want a French expert, you want Maria.
Maria.
Yeah, well, you probably won't be able to tear her away from Chuck.
Chuck?
Later, baby.
Later, stud muffin.
And I'm talking about you.
You.
New boyfriend?
Shut up.
Shut up. What did I say?
It's what you're about to say, Dennis. And I'm not interested in your opinion about Chuck.
Maria, I'm really hurt. I just wanted to tell you how happy I am to see how happy you are. And to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Sweater.
Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it, Dennis. Mr. Moore, is it okay if I'm a little bit late on my paper on Nelson Mandela?
Well, you're already a little bit late.
I know, but I have a chance to do a science project with Dennis. I mean, how often do male science freaks actually beg girls to help them out? I think it's some kind of breakthrough.
Well, just be sure it's not some kind of ripoff. Okay, since we finished our discussion yesterday about World War I, the war to end all wars, today we're going to start talking about World War II, the war to end that theory. But how do we really measure the cost of World War II?
22 million casualties. And the cost and property damage of more than $3 trillion.
And destruction throughout Africa, Europe, and Asia.
Yes, but I'm talking about the devastation of families, the division of nations. You know, it's not just winners and losers. Humanity suffers. I'm finished now, Alan, yes?
Okay, Mr. Moore, we all know war is hell. But why always emphasize the negative side?
Great. Why don't you give us a few pointers on the upbeat side of war, Alan?
Well, sure. I mean, World War II did give us a number of scientific and technological advances.
Yeah, and a lot of miniseries. So what's your point?
Now, what kind of scientific advances come out of war? Nuclear bombs? Swiss Army knives? Helen, we are facing the annihilation of 3 billion people. Studies show that within...
Hey, Mr. Moore. Oh, I got some author stuff here for you. Class isn't over yet, is it?
No, not quite, Chuck. If you want to spend the last few minutes with us, take a seat.
Cool.
So, Maria. Maria, you were talking about 3 billion people?
That's a lot of people, Mr. Moore.
Hey, don't forget that a war increases the demand for arms and munitions, which reduces unemployment. Maria?
That sounds good too, Alan.
So you agree with me?
Sure, why not? I mean, what do I know about war and icky things like that?
Icky.
Icky.
Maria, nuclear war is not icky. Sitting on a pudding pop is icky.
Yeah, he's right, Maria. One time I sat on a pudding pop when I was wearing my white jeans. Lucky for me, it was vanilla.
Comme trou dans une mer de tas d'énergie négative. You know, in French, even physics is beautiful.
So are snails. Just give me the English.
He's saying that the positron was the first antiparticle to be discovered. Dennis, do you realize what we can do with this?
Yeah, make a note of it. Keep going.
Its existence was foreseen by Dirac as a whole in a sea of states of negative energy, and...
And what?
You know, when Larry hit Curly in the face with another salami, I almost died laughing.
Did somebody hit your brain with the salami?
Chuck, hi.
Hey, baby.
Oh, Mr. Wizard.
Still yucking it up over last night, huh?
Oh, it was so special.
Excuse me. Are we talking protons and neutrons or morons?
What are you guys doing here anyway? Just like extra credit work or something?
It's a science.
Oh, no. We were just talking, getting ready to go home.
Ah, well, you know, that's good. Because I gotta tell you, Maria, I think this egghead class here is taking up too much of your time.
Oh, no, it isn't really.
Egghead class?
Well, no offense, pal. But Maria can tell you, I am a laid-back kind of guy.
Ah.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong, school is cool. It passes the time. But when you really think about it, Dennis, life is short. And can we be honest? We are on this planet to party.
I don't think Nietzsche could have said it better.
Who's that?
Just some kid in our biology class.
Oh, look, about our date. Pick me up at swim practice.
Oh, Chucky, I can't tonight.
What?
I have things to do.
Well, what things?
Well, you know, like girly things. I have to iron my hair and paint my nails, and I have to lay out the things for this weekend, you know.
Well, get them done, because this weekend is mine.
I know.
Later, baby. And I'm talking about you.
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 You. You.
Why are you acting dumb for that airhead?
He's a lot smarter than you think he is.
He's not smarter than egg salad. The only reason you're going out with that guy is because he's good looking.
Oh, come on, Dennis. Like you never went out with a girl because she was cute?
No. I've asked, but no, I've never actually.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. I come as a bearer of glad tidings.
Wow, my favorite kind.
Once again, our IHPers have proven to be winners. The New York City Science Commission has chosen as this year's entry to the National Essay Contest, Reconsidering Roche-Beaubois by Dennis Blunden.
All right!
Maria?
A member of the commission will be here in a few days to present the award at our assembly. Hey, wear a tie.
Around my neck?
Maria, tell him.
Carry on, Mr. Moore.
Well, Dennis, it appears you've done it again.
Dennis, you're a jerk.
Dennis, you left Maria's name off the paper, didn't you?
Hey, I did all the work. All she did was translate a little French.
Oh, right. A little French? I did all the French, Dennis. And I did a lot of the physics.
I knew you were going to do this when I recommended this.
Come on, why is everybody coming down on me? Nobody's even asked me my humanitarian motives.
Okay, you're a great humanitarian. Why did you do this?
I did it for her.
Oh.
Well, she's been going out of her way to try to make that dumb guy think she doesn't have a brain, and I knew that if her name appeared on a science essay, the guy'd go nuts. I did it to save your love life. And I'd do the same for any of you girls here.
Maria, you're not going to sit here and let him do this to you, are you? Come on, Maria, tell him.
Yeah.
Look, Maria, I don't quite know what you're doing here, but I want both you and Dennis to go to Dr. Samuels. Tell him you co-authored the essay and you both want your names on it. Go.
Boy, you try to do the right thing and look at what happens. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy.
Dennis, wait a minute. I don't want my name on that essay.
What?
If it means that much to him, let him have it. It might be the highlight of his life. I guess some of us have our priorities.
No apologies necessary.
So let me ask you another question. Let's say that you were an intelligent woman. You're an intelligent woman, just for argument's sake. Would you purposefully hide your intelligence in order to be with a man who was obviously not as smart as you were?
Charlie, how sweet. Are you asking me on a date?
What?
I'm kidding. Of course I wouldn't hide my intelligence. That'd be outrageous. I mean, this is the 1980s. If a man can't accept a woman for who she is, who needs him?
Right. I wish you could help me explain this to Maria Borges. I'm just not getting through to her.
Listen, Chuck. I was just wondering, what if, I don't know, I sort of entered a science competition? And what if I won?
What are you telling me? You entered some kind of science thing?
No, I'm just saying, what if?
Yeah, look, Maria, I don't know, but I'm getting a little worried here that you have more interest for your schoolwork than you do in the old Chuck dog here.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, well, you say that, but now you're talking about winning some kind of science thing?
I just thought it might be okay. But look, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, that's good, because I'll tell you what, I'm taking a lot of heat from my buddies for dating a brain. Hey. But I tell them, Maria isn't like those other eggheads. She's into normal stuff like the Stooges, and she can't get enough of them Rangers. Am I right? Huh? Oh, which reminds me about this weekend. Friday night, Rangers game.
All right.
Saturday, raging party. And Sunday, football all day. You got a problem with that, lady?
No, that sounds great.
Excuse us, kids.
Hey.
Hi.
Maria, do you have a minute?
Sure.
Later, baby. You.
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 Miss Mira and I wanted to talk with you for a minute.
Okay.
He's your new boyfriend? Chuck?
Yeah.
He's really cute.
I know, it's adorable, huh?
He's really adorable.
I know.
Miss Mira,
Yeah?
didn't you have something you wanted to say to Maria?
Yes, I did. Maria, don't neglect your studies. But on the other hand, don't neglect Chuck either.
Oh, I know.
Charlie, you didn't tell me she was going with Chuck. I mean, all the girls in the whole school think he's the prize catch. Even if I told Maria to dump him, she wouldn't. He's precious.
Well,
Mr. Moore, I know what you're gonna say.
good, because I don't.
You have to understand, this is more important to me. Chuck is the only real boyfriend I've ever had. With all the cheerleaders running around school, he picks me.
Well, I can understand that.
I know
but-
what you're gonna say. He's not a rocket scientist. He probably can't even spell scientist. But who cares? He cares about me. He likes me. He makes me feel good, and I don't want to do anything to change that. You probably already knew I was gonna say that.
Not exactly.
I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say talk to Chuck, right? I already tried talking to Chuck. He already made it clear that he doesn't want a girlfriend that's smarter than he is. So look, I appreciate all your advice. But really, my mind is made up.
Look, as long as you're in a listening mode, I'd like to say something else. I think you're letting Dennis walk all over you. Now, if you're willing to sell out, in this case, just to get somebody to like you, what are you going to give up the next time? I know that it's hard to find somebody you care for who cares for you. But you'll never know how someone truly feels about you if you're pretending to be someone else.
And for those students who saw that graffiti on the third-floor bathroom wall, if you call me, you will definitely not have a good time. And speaking of writing, I now wish to introduce one of the judges from this year's Intercity Science Essay Competition, Dr. Jacob Bartholomew.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels. Babe, can you believe they're making us sit through this presentation?
This year's winner is an outstanding piece of work on the research of the French physicist Jean-Pierre Roche-Beaubois. Made all the more difficult because, first, our student had to translate all of Roche-Beaubois' writings from the original French before starting his analysis. And this brilliant student is your own Dennis Blunden. Mes félicitations, mon jeune ami.
At a moment like this, I'm truly at a loss for words. Saying a mere thank you can't come close to expressing the deep sense of pride and, yeah, I gotta say it, satisfaction I feel for being honored and recognized for all my hard work. I only hope that my translation of Beaubois did justice to his elegant French. But you know, when I think of the lonely hours, finding the insight, finding that special French word.
Yeah, like creep.
I think of other scientists, alone, late at night, staring at the blank page.
Alone?
What's going on here?
She's obviously flipping out. Nurse! Nurse!
Dr. Samuels, Dr. Bartholomew, I have a confession to make.
No, you don't. Sit down, Maria. You're acting like a nut.
I know it might be a little bit late, but I co-wrote that essay with Dennis.
What? Can't you see she's hysterical?
I did all of the translations and most of the analysis.
Blunden, is this true?
Okay, maybe she helped me with a little of the French.
A little bit? Ask him to translate something. How about this, Dennis? Vous êtes un cochon voleur.
Who am I, Toulouse-Lautrec? I am a scientist.
Come on, Dennis, you know it's the truth.
You're a liar, Blunden. What does science mean to Dennis? Okay, I admit it. We're partners, all right? Are you happy?
Congratulations, Maria.
Thank you.
All right.
I hope you're not mad at me. I was just so afraid to tell you.
No, come on, Maria. I'm real proud.
Really?
Yeah.
You are?
I mean, how can I be mad at someone who stood up for herself? Now sit down.
Thanks. I mean, I was praying that you'd understand.
Yeah, well, it's different now, you know?
What is?
Well, it's like I keep coming up with all these really great things for us to do on our dates, right? And you've been pretending like you're having fun, but deep down, you think they're dumb. So you must think I'm dumb.
No, I don't. So we're interested in different things. Chuck, I still really like being with you.
Man, I have never gone out with someone like you before. Look, I didn't want to admit to this, but now that everything's out in the open, I gotta tell you, I don't know if I can deal with all this.
You know, I have an idea. I'll go with you to a Three Stooges film, and you can come with me to the UN. It'll be great.
Look, Maria, you can't pretend to be any dumber than you are. And let's face it, I'm not getting any smarter. You know, so I think we should, you know, we can still be friends though, right? Hmm?
Right.
Ciao.
See ya.
Congratulations, Maria. How did it go with Chuck?
He says he wants to be friends.
Huh?
You ever notice when someone says that to you, Mr. Moore? They never speak to you again.
Well, I think you spoke up for yourself very nicely today.
You were right. If Chuck was gonna care about me, he had to know who I was. I guess he would have found out sooner or later, right? But I'm never gonna date again.
Look, Maria, you're very pretty and you're very smart. Now, somebody's bound to show up who appreciates that.
But not a stud muffin like Chuck. Mr. Moore, why is it that the cute ones always seem so dumb?
Well, imagine how George Bush felt when he was looking for a running mate. Listen, would you be willing to let a crumbling remnant of a slightly stale stud muffin buy you some lunch in the cafeteria?
That would be nice. Thank you.
One final little point on the war in the Pacific. Raising the flag in Iwo Jima.
Oh my God, there's a spider on my desk. Get it off.
Hang on. Look out. Look out. Ow!
Oh! Ew,
Guys, it's just licorice. Come on. Who wants some?
Dennis, this is the last warning, okay? Now, one more gag, one more word, one peep out of you, and you're gone. You're out of my history class. You got it?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Spider? No, of course not.
So, where was it? The raising of the flag on Iwo Jima? That was a reenactment. The photographer had to ask the Marines to do it over again because he missed it the first time.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I missed it the first time.
That's it, Dennis. You're gone. You're out of here.
Well, there's the bell. I think we're all out of here.
No, you're gone. You are out of my history class.
Mr. Moore, come on. I'm sorry. I got a little carried away. It won't happen again, I promise.
I know it won't happen again. Goodbye, Dennis.
Come on. One little joke. It just slipped out.
Please do the same.
Well, you sure put a scare into him, Mr. Moore.
You know, it's about time. I can't wait to see him come back with his tail between his legs.
No, he's not coming back into this history class.
You're not really busting him from the IHP, are you?
You're just teaching him a little lesson, aren't you?
Look, Dennis is out for your good. He's out for his good. He's out for good. Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let's start out. Who can tell me something about General Joseph Stilwell? Nobody, huh? Okay. Vinegar Joe Stillwell earned his nickname.
Mr. Moore, before you start, if I could take a minute, I just want to tell you that I've had a chance to think over the way I behaved in class yesterday, and boy, was I out of line. I want to apologize to you, to the entire class, and give you my sincere promise that this will never, ever happen again.
Dennis, I'm sure we all appreciate it. I know it'll never happen again.
Great.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore, I have Dennis's new history assignment here.
What?
Dennis, you're now in Mr. Parrish's first period remedial history class.
Remedial?
Remedial?
Dennis, it's the only other history class in first period.
What?
Fillmore can't rearrange its schedule just to accommodate you.
Yeah, but remedial? Mr. Moore. Oh, God, you had me scared. This is a joke. Woo! I was worried there for a second. All right, where were we? Joe Stillwell? Joe? Still. This is not a joke? Remedial. Remedial. Well, what have we got here? Wrong classroom. Gotta go.
Not so fast, Bozo.
The name's Dennis.
Whatever. Hey, guys. You know, I've never even seen an IHP nerd up this close before. You're actually kind of funny looking.
Thank you.
I know him. He's a friend of Arvid's.
Rhonda, hi. Let's have lunch. Could you ask your friend to back off, please?
I said I knew you. I didn't say I liked you.
Oh, Jeff, right? Remember me? Dennis Blunden? I was your peer counselor?
Oh, yeah, dude. You're the one that gave me the advice about not cleaning up my room.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
Not so good. I'm living in the car now.
Okay, well, I bet you can play the radio as loud as you like, right?
Tiny, let him go, or it's you and me in the streets after school.
No problem, TJ. I was just having some fun with him, you know. That's all.
Well, Lord, how the mighty have fallen. Imagine Big Baby Blunden on the planet Remedial.
TJ, I'm in trouble when I'm happy to see you.
Can the wisecracks and do what I say? You might get out of here alive.
Okay, thanks for the advice.
Blunden, get off my desk.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, don't sit on his desk.
Thanks.
Morning, class. Can't hear you.
Good morning, Mr. Parrish.
Still can't hear all of you. Blunden, now that you're in my class, you will do what my class does, got it?
So I should move my lips when I read?
Make a note of the time, class. Dennis Blunden just made his last wise guy remark in this room. Okay. Now, what were we studying yesterday? Bates. Bates!
What?
Forget it. Just stick with the video games. There's a great future in it. TJ.
The American Revolutionary War.
Right. And who were we Americans fighting? You, scum. Scum, come on, I'm talking to you. What are you, deaf?
Hey, come on. The guy may not be the brightest guy in the world, but let him have some dignity.
Scum is his name.
Not anymore. I changed it again.
What is it this week?
Scab.
Okay. Scab, who were the Americans fighting?
The commies?
The British. Who were the Americans fighting?
The British.
Who?
The British.
Who?
The British.
Good.
Well, I'm confused now. I thought we were fighting the English.
Call security. Somebody stole his brain.
So, tell us, Mr. Blunden, why were we fighting the British?
Why? Well, in the words of Samuel Adams, resident and patriot of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Forget that. In here, we keep it simple. We were fighting the British because they put a tax on tea. Got that, class?
A tax on tea.
That's right.
Wait, we went to war for a tax on tea?
Right.
I thought we went to war for a tax on Pearl Harbor.
Mr. Moore, this is going far enough. Blunden has learned his lesson. He's apologized. It's time he's back where he belongs in the IHP.
Thank you, Dr. Samuels. I'm sorry, Mr. Moore. I didn't want to have to call in the big guns, but, you know, guy's got to do what a guy's got to do.
Exactly. That's why this guy's got to send you back to remedial history.
You can't do this. I'm the principal.
No, I'm the teacher. Read the rule book. Better hurry, Dennis. Mr. Parrish hates tardiness.
Dr. Samuels, are you going to let this glorified substitute push you around? Stand up to him. Don't be a worm. Sorry.
You heard Mr. Moore. Mr. Tarish hates tardiness.
Well, here he is, the king of remedial.
Dennis, are you sure you want to join us for Honors English?
Yeah, Dennis, remedial reading is starting a new episode of Spider-Man today.
And while we're in calculus, why not try remedial arithmetic?
Yeah, I'll help you out. 1 + 1 adds up to...
At 2, Arvid?
That's good. Remedial Latin.
You know, you guys think you're so special. Well, somebody ought to put you right in your place.
And who's gonna do it, the remedials?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, how about a challenge, huh? The remedials against the IHP.
Oh, come on, Dennis.
In what? Breaking and entering?
No, in an academic competition, a question and answer face-off.
Dennis, you're losing it. Definitely,
Oh, we'll see who's
Dennis.
gonna lose it. Are you guys in, or don't you have the guts?
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's serious.
Listen, I'm serious.
Okay, all right, fine. You're on.
Fine. Okay? Fine.
Yeah, sure.
I'll see you there.
Great.
This is your newest gimmick to get back into my class, Dennis. I got to tell you, it's not going to work.
This is not a gimmick. We will meet you on the field of battle. Man for man, brain for brain, IHP against the remedials. Oh, God, what have I done?
Dennis, run this by me one more time. You what?
I challenge the IHP.
All right, a rumble. We'll kill him.
We got the size, we got the weapons. Relax. This is not a rumble. This is an academic competition. All we do is answer questions.
What gives you the right to make challenges for us? You ain't even been here a week.
The guy's a joker. He's just pulling our chain.
Hey, come on. I have never been more serious.
Oh, yeah, right. You're serious? This is from a guy with a locker full of rubber chickens.
I am telling you, we can beat those guys. I know the IHP and I know their weaknesses.
Yeah, and we know ours. We're dumb.
Oh, okay. So that's what it takes to be here in remedial? Being dumb?
No, but it helps.
Scum.
Scab.
Scab, sorry. You're in a band, aren't you?
Yeah.
What are the notes in a C minor 7th chord?
C, E flat, G, B flat.
Not too dumb. Rhonda? You went on a date with Arvid. Did you understand a word he said?
Sure.
Okay, you gotta be pretty smart for that. Tiny.
Look, I ain't about to make a fool out of myself. You guys are gonna be the laughingstock of Fillmore.
Yeah? Not if we win. Jeff, how about you?
Count me in. Like, you're my hero, dude.
Okay, Blunden, I'm in too.
Okay, is that everybody?
Okay, we're in. We're gonna do it. Just tell us what to do, man.
Okay, all right, just listen. The first thing we gotta do is pay attention and listen to Tarish.
Whoa. I don't know if I can get into that, man.
Hey, come on, I know the guy's a jerk, but we need him. He's got a master's in history.
Okay, we'll try it. Everybody understand? We show cash respect.
Enthusiasm, huh?
Morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Cash.
All right, what's going on here?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah, we're ready to learn, Mr. Tarish.
That's right.
This is another one of your gags, isn't it, Blunden? Okay, pal, you just bought yourself a one-way ticket to detention.
Excuse me, Mr. Tarish.
Oh, Mr. Moore, to what do we owe the surprise?
Well, I was hoping we could discuss the rules of the academic competition before you got your class started.
What academic competition?
I challenged the IHP to a match.
You what? Mr. Moore, I wonder, could I see you in the hall for just a moment? Thank you so very much. And you too, Blunden. Hey, let's, come on, hey. I don't know what's going on here, Moore. This is all a setup for you to humiliate me in front of the school, right?
Look, Mr. Tarish, this was Dennis's idea.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, now I get the picture. You threw Blunden out of your class so he'd wind up in my class so he could get my class to challenge your class, right?
Right. And I'm the one that ordered the 14 pizzas for you last Halloween.
You put me on now, right? Don't think I didn't know that.
Look, we'll make it a fair contest, okay? We limit the number of questions, and we choose a subject of which both teams could have equal knowledge.
Like what, the ABCs?
Well, I was thinking of the Revolutionary War, say the Battle of Saratoga.
Yeah! I did my master's thesis on the Battle of Saratoga.
I know that.
What's the catch?
There's no catch, Frank. Look, you're an expert, so all you have to do is teach the kids in there what you know.
Come on, Coach Terrace, give us a chance. They want to learn.
I don't believe it.
They said good morning to you real nice, didn't they? And they didn't even mutter anything under their breath.
That's true.
Of course, it's frightening to you, Frank.
Why not? Okay, Moore, you're on.
All right!
Come on, Blunden, we got work to do. End of 1776, the British have crack professional troops. All we've got are small detachments of volunteers and Washington's little army hanging on by its teeth down in Pennsylvania. Does that remind you of anything?
Yeah, the Americans are the remedials and the British are the IHP, right, dude?
You got it.
Hi.
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 Well, where is everybody? I thought we'd scheduled at least one practice.
Oh, well, some of them felt they didn't need it.
Well, at least the two of you showed up.
Well, actually, I came to tell you no one was coming.
Ready! Aim! Fire!
Okay, General Gates, you got us this time. Now all us British can do is retreat.
But where do we retreat to?
Freeman's Farm.
Great. Remember that. Now, let me show you one thing about the Hessians.
Tiny, we need you over here. What are you doing?
I'm playing commando. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, I got a problem with that. The Revolutionary War is a lot more exciting than some stupid video game. Well, it is!
Forget it, Blunden. You're wasting your time with him.
Well, maybe he ain't. So who's supposed to zap who here?
Hi, Rhonda.
Hi, Arvid.
This is kind of funny, huh? Meeting on the battlefield like this.
Even though you're the enemy, you're still cute.
Listen, I'd be happy to miss a question or two if you think it'll help.
Thanks, Arvid, but we just might beat the pants off of you.
Okay, the IHP against the Remedials. This shouldn't take very long. Elected topic will be Battle of Saratoga. Each team gets to question the other team in turn. First team to score 25 points wins.
Excuse me, Dr. Samuels. To make sure that Dennis doesn't answer all of the questions, we'd like to add a rule that no one can answer more than 3 questions.
Sure, fine, no problem.
You got it.
Should be out of here in 5 minutes. Janice, first question.
Name the commander of the British forces in the campaign and 2 of the officers who served under him.
General Burgoyne, under him was General Fraser and the Baron von Riedesel.
Correct. There will be no demonstrations, Remedials. Your question.
Okay, who was the British Secretary for America at that time?
Lord Geoffrey Germain.
Close. Lord George Germain.
This is gonna be tougher than we thought.
Remedials, the first name of General Burgoyne.
Come on, TJ, Rhonda, I've answered my 3 questions. Come on, think.
Sorry, time's up.
Bemis Heights.
Yes.
100 miles, 128 guns captured.
Right.
Brigadier General Simon Fraser.
Correct.
Tiny, where you going?
I can't stand watching them lose, man.
Neither can I. That's why you're taking my place.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I don't want to look stupid.
Tiny, you can't look stupid if you're not stupid.
You know, the first person that ever called me that?
What?
Not stupid.
Go show them.
I hope you're right about this.
I'm right.
Because if you're not, I'm going to bust your face.
Everything okay?
I just hope he's not stupid.
Tiny, what are you doing here?
I'm taking Dennis's place.
Are the remedials ready?
Yes!
The IHP question?
Describe General Gates' strategy for the final assault on the British.
I'll take this one. All right. You gotta visualize the entire thing like a giant video game. I'm General Gates. Now, first I hit them so that they retreat to their stronghold at the Belcarries Redoubt. And that's 5,000 points. If I try to go directly after them from there, I blow it. Out of the game. Gone. I've got to move to the north against the Bryman Redoubt. If I get away with that, that's another 5,000 points. Now I've got my artillery. And it's goodbye Freeman's Farm. 50,000 points, end of game.
He's right.
Remedials, your next question.
Like you're coming back.
What was the weapon?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm proud of those guys.
Well, you did a good job of inspiring them.
You think so? I'll tell you, Mr. Moore, you don't know what it's like trying to teach a bunch of disruptive, wisecracking, loudmouth kids. I guess you do.
I think you just made a breakthrough, Dennis.
Yeah? You think enough of a breakthrough to let me...
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Ah, you wouldn't want to come back now anyway.
I wouldn't?
No. And leave what you started here? I mean, if you walked away from them now, you know they'd start backsliding.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, you think one more week in remedial would be enough to stop the backslide?
I think at least 2 more weeks.
Yeah, right. Right. That's what I was thinking, too. 2 more weeks. Wouldn't want to see all my hard work go to waste. Thank you.
The first correct answer wins the match. IHP, your question.
What was the name of General Gates, chief engineer? Say it and spell it.
Kosciuszko. Kosciuszko.
Correct.
Congratulations, Frank.
Thanks, Charlie.
I guess we underestimated you guys. You came up with some really tough answers.
Kosciuszko. How did you know that?
Yeah.
It's my last name, Scab Kosciuszko.